A very warm good evening to everybody. I am Sanjeev Gujral, working as PGT Mathematics in Dayanand Model Senior Secondary School, Dayanand Nagar, Jalandhar. My co-partner.
I am Harkamal Singh, working as PGT Mathematics in Police D Public School, Jalandhar.
Today we feel highly honored that we have got this opportunity to conduct this webinar of mathematics senior second for second classes 9th and 10th. We are extremely thankful to RO Jalandhar Zone for giving us this platform. Thank you very much, ma'am, for your blessings and guidance. We are also very grateful to our cluster head, Mr. Yogesh Gambhir, Principal DAV Public School, Philor, for his unconditional support and giving us the opportunity to connect with you. Dear participants, in order to maintain the decorum of the webinar, please read the following points.
Please show the slide of that points. It's not visible.
Harkamal sir and Sanjeev sir. Your screen is not moving. It is still.
हाँ जी sir. Not sharing. Sharing. Okay. Ma'am, it is there now?
Yes, it's there. You please can continue.
So I repeat, dear participants, in order to maintain the decorum of the webinar, please read the following points. At the end of the session, attendance link will be shared. It is mandatory to mark the attendance. So be careful for this point especially. Now, the wide-ranging impact of coronavirus pandemic is changing many things, including imparting school education. We have been forced to rethink on the present system. The present difficult situation put pressure on how the modern workforce operates. So the classroom teaching shift to the online teaching. This transition is there. The prescribed textbooks replaces with the combination of engaging and joyful blend of activity-based learning. Do it yourself, building self-reliance capabilities in our now the competency-based education. Competency is a set of skills, abilities, knowledge that helps an individual perform a given task in real life. Every learning should go into the imbibing of skills that will help the individual or take action to lead a productive and joyful life. CBSE has decided to implement a competency-based education system for development of practical and life skill among students rather than just depending upon textbook-based education. Now, according to Richards and Rogers, competency-based education focuses on outcomes of learning. Competency-based education addresses what the learners are expected to do rather than what about. My dear friends, several competencies are required in life to succeed, and all these competencies or skill sets should also be acquired by the process of would be considered effective and fruitful. Dear participants, CBSE also issued a circular on competency-based education dated 14th May 2020. Everybody must go through it. The link of circular will be sent to you through WhatsApp. Participants, please kindly share your WhatsApp number in the chat box. Competency-based learning. Competency-based learning on competency-based education is an outcome-based approach to education to ensure proficiency in learning by students through demonstration of the knowledge, skill required for dealing with real-life situations. Now, objectives of competency-based education. To follow a practical and professional approach where first of all predefined real-life-based application-oriented competencies are defined to ensure attainment of behavioral terms, to go beyond mere accumulation of knowledge from textbook and test to enable students to practice acquired competencies in their daily life. Pedagogy of teaching online environment. As a teacher, I personally feel that there is no fixed method for teaching and learning because students are different, demographic is different, the resources which are having is different. But I can say that passion of a teacher is constant and the goal is one, to help the learner and to achieve the learning outcomes.
Why there are gaps in between? Please continue.
Harkamal sir,
Sir,
Deep sir, there are gaps in between. There's no fluent.
network problem.
Okay.
Network issues, sir. Transition. दोबारा share sharing the problem. Network issues are there.
Is there any network issue or what?
सर नेटवर्क इशू इज देयर, वो सर ट्रांजिशन नहीं हो रही एक लैपटॉप से ना उस पे.
No problem. By the time you just interact with the participants, no issues. One of you can try presenting the screen and the other one can interact. Like you talked about CB, so just interact with the participants about their views about CB, how they are carrying out in the online classes. Participants, please share your views like how you are taking this CB in your online class. Though this is, yes, CBSE is focusing upon this a lot, and we too, our Rashmi ma'am has done a lot of labor to explain the resource persons what is CBE and then how to transit to the other teachers, and this is they are going today. Okay, anyways, now the PPT is there on the screen. You please continue. Mr. Sanjeev and Mr. Harkamal, now the PPT is very much, screen is very much visible. You please continue.
At homes. Some are using online whiteboard depending upon their usage. Second is
Your
visualization.
voice is still cracking.
Many
Your voice
skills
is
are
still
developed.
cracking. Is it audible to everyone? Chinky ma'am, is it audible to everyone?
No, it is
No, sir.
No, sir.
No.
That is disturbing.
No.
It's not
Your voice is
audible.
cracking. Yes, it's not audible. If it is possible, you please change your place of sitting. Maybe sometime the network problem is there at a particular place.
Sir, till the time I can show the video which you have sent me to play.
Yeah.
Sir, Yogesh sir, till the time
Yeah, please play a video.
Harkamal sir, please stop sharing the screen, then I will start screen sharing.
Just a minute.
Thank you.
Yeah.
flagpole here without a flag. It is mounted vertically with its base fixed to the ground. Say a person is standing some distance away from this pole and looking straight at it. The line drawn from the eye of the person to the distant point where the person is looking is called line of sight. This is the line of sight. Since this line is parallel to the surface, we call it the horizontal line of sight or simply a horizontal line. Now, if the person is looking at the top of the pole, what would be the line of sight in this case? The line drawn from the eye to the top of the pole will be the line of sight. We see that this line of sight makes some angle with this horizontal line. This angle is called the angle of elevation. The angle of elevation of the top of the flagpole is simply the angle that this line of sight makes with the horizontal line. Let me repeat this quickly as it's an important concept. When a person is looking up, the angle formed by this line of sight with the horizontal line is called the angle of elevation. Note here that the line of sight is above the horizontal line. What if the person is looking at the base of the pole? What is the line of sight in this case? The line drawn from the eye to the base of the pole is the line of sight when the person is looking at the base. In this case, the angle formed between the line of sight and horizontal is called the angle of depression. Yes, when a person is looking down, angle formed by the line of sight with the horizontal is angle of depression. Here the line of sight is below the horizontal. So we can say that when the line of sight is above the horizontal, angle of elevation is formed, and when the line of sight is below the horizontal, angle of depression is formed. Here is a simple problem for you. This is to make sure that you've understood this concept well. Suppose a girl is standing in a balcony of a bungalow and looking straight at a neighboring building which is taller than her bungalow. When she looks at top of the building, the line of sight is this one, and when she's looking at the bottom of the building, the line of sight is this one. And this is the horizontal line. Let us denote the angles that we see using some letters. Now here is the question for you to answer. Which among these is the angle of elevation and which is the angle of depression? Pause the video and try to find the answer. Angle of elevation is P and is formed when she is looking up, and the angle of depression is Q, which is formed when she is looking down. In the next video, we will solve a few examples based on this concept.
By the time screen is ready for the presentation, discuss this video. Your voice is quite audible.
Sir? Harkamal sir?
Yeah.
Teaching mathematics for the long time.
Sanjeev, Yogesh sir?
Anji.
The application of
May I tell them to send me through WhatsApp?
What? I'm not getting.
May I ask them to send me the PPT and I will play?
sir, now it is okay, sir. Ma'am, it is okay now.
No, but your voice is cracking in between. Okay, let's see. Okay, no problem. Just carry on.
Sir, we go with the same slide now, sir.
Yes. Wherever you stopped, you can start it from there only.
Now we will be discussing a dimension of teaching and learning mathematics. As a mathematics teacher, we always need some place for writing, whether we are teaching through smart classes, Zoom setup, or an online environment. We always need a place to write, whether it is a blackboard or a notebook. This is one of the biggest challenge of mathematics teacher in an online platform. Some teachers have whiteboard at their homes. Some teachers are using online whiteboard depending upon the usage. Second dimension is visualization. Many skills are developed through visualization. Visualization plays a very important role. So a pedagogy is to be designed by considering the aspect of visualization. Interactive method ultimately leads to self-exploration. And last important component in teaching of mathematics is the instill creativity among the students so that they are able to create new techniques. So we have to work on these parameters while taking virtual classes. Some of the schools are using Google Classroom. Some are using Microsoft Teams or Zoom. Some of schools are using other platform to connect. And some teachers are connected to the student through WhatsApp. These platforms by which the students are connected with teachers. My dear friends, we would like to think which online structure we can use, where we can find our students and check their performance of each and every student. We have to help them, nurture them as per their needs. The major challenge which is faced by all of us is internet connectivity. Dear friends, internet connectivity play a crucial role for setting online teaching platform in which students are involved, thus making endeavor to create competency-based education. So, there are the pedagogical tools for online teaching learning. One is whiteboard, digital pad. Some teachers record their videos using mobile or other mode and send to the student through WhatsApp. Dear friends, videos are one useful pedagogical tool for conducting online teaching learning process. Teacher create their PowerPoint presentation, Google slide, and sharing with the student. Presentations are useful to provide the content to the student. We are preparing assignments, activities, and there are many tools for online creation of resources. Now, I'm talking about learning outcomes. Friends, learning outcomes are formal statement that tells us what the student is able to do after learning a given concept. In the modern education scenario, CBSE is laying emphasis on learning outcome of the topic. Learning outcomes are SMART. It should be specific, M is measurable, it should be achievable, relevant, and a lot of emphasis has been put in the proper designing of learning outcomes. Teacher need to use learning outcome as a tool for improving education. This is a list of active verb developed on Bloom taxonomy. So choosing the appropriate verb in designing the learning outcome should be our prime concern. The handout will be sent to you through WhatsApp. Dear friends, now we are presenting one lesson plan before you according to the latest CBSE guidelines. We will also share the soft copy of this lesson plan. You are all requested to make one lesson plan from any topic of class 9th and 10th within 10 days and kindly mail to us. The compiled lesson plan will be sent to ARO, Jalandhar Zone and the cluster head.
Dear participants, today we are going to discuss a lesson plan of mathematics, class 10th. Topic is trigonometry. As you know all, this topic is one of the fresh topics for the students in class 10th. First of all, the learning outcomes. After the completion of the topic, students will able to identify the hypotenuse, adjacent sides, and opposite side of an acute angle in a right triangle. Recognize the relationship between the sides of a right angle triangle. Develop the reciprocal relationship between the trigonometric ratios. Evaluate the 6 trigonometric ratios for some specific angles. Apply the concept of angle of elevation and depression in real life application. These allows, as said earlier, should be specific, not general, and measurable. Now we shift to the pedagogical strategies. Pedagogy simply refers to the principles and the methods of instructions that impart knowledge or skills. We all know that to plan a lesson, some pedagogical strategies are to be framed according to the selected topic. Here our topic is trigonometry, so we follow the following strategies. Prerequisite knowledge testing. To start the topic of trigonometry by the teacher, he or she expects that the student knows Pythagoras theorem, square root of a number, least common multiple. But the very first thing that comes in our mind, that what the trigonometry is, which is under the main topic of demonstration. Trigonometry is the branch of mathematics that studies relationship between sides and angles of a triangle. Now, with the help of this trigonometry anchor chart, students identify opposite side, adjacent side, hypotenuse of a right angle, and on the basis of it, the trigonometric ratios are defined. Participants, as you know, most of the students are find difficulty in understanding trigonometry at this stage, as it contains large number of relations, ratios, formulas. So there is one question coming in my mind, that in your classroom teaching, is anybody adopt some different ways of learning or teaching these ratios other than the popular known techniques? Just like as you all may be doing with Pandit Badri Prasad and Har Har Bhole, like that, so that the students, they can easily learn these ratios. Now, can anybody answer or discuss, share with us his or her views that how he or she teaching in the class in some other way of these ratios? Anybody? Now, if you see on the screen, some words are written over there. You might be knowing these words already and maybe teaching in the class with this also, which are abbreviated in the English language, so, ka, twa. But what I suggest here that for slow learners, if you have some Punjabi version of this letters, and you must say in the class that trigonometry is not at all difficult. Trigonometry is very easy. So in Punjabi, what we say? Trigonometry is sokhi. So it is sokha toa. So you can abbreviate for trigonometry, and sokha, that is, it is easy. So in this manner, the slow learner can easily learn about these ratios. Now, after identifying the opposite side, hypotenuse, and adjacent side, you can tell them about all the 6 trigonometric ratios in the form of the ratio of the sides. When the student learn about these ratios, then what will you expect for the next step? After teaching these ratios in the class, what next step you expect from the students? Anybody? From the above information, it is clear the students that they themselves derive the reciprocal relations. See the previous slide. When they know sine is y over h and cosecant is h over y, तो आप उनको खुद ही बताइए कि यहां से आप क्या क्या चीजें बना सकते हो. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड या नेक्स्ट स्टेप आप बताने से पहले, इसको बताने से पहले आप यहीं पर ही उनसे ही पूछिए कि ये जो चार्ट आपको नजर आ रहा है, क्या यहां से आप कुछ चीजें ड्राइव कर सकते हो, क्या यहां से आप कुछ कॉन्सेप्ट्स बना सकते हो. सो आई थिंक some of the students, they come up with this idea that the reciprocal identities can be derived by the previous 2 situations. In the similar manner, students are...
Excuse me, sir. Sorry, I am interrupting you in between. You have mentioned this learning outcomes also in the slides. So please relate that learning outcomes also. I mean, their relation between the learning outcome and the this pedagogy you are talking about, or the assessment, whatever it is. So that the participants, they can also relate that learning outcome with the particular thing you are discussing.
Now, this trigonometry anchor chart represents the relationship between the different sides of the triangle, opposite side, adjacent side. This will correlate with the learning outcome 1, the relationship between opposite side, adjacent sides, and hypotenuse. These ratios, 6 trigonometric ratios, gives the ratio of any 2 sides of the triangle. At this step, one question again that you can ask to the students, why there are only 6 trigonometric ratios? Why not 7? Why not 5? So they answer themselves that, ma'am or sir, as there are 3 sides, so with 3 sides we have 6 ratios. So that's why we have only 6 trigonometric ratios. And this correlates with the learning outcome 2. The same way, as I said earlier, that the previous 2 concepts, when clear to the students, they automatically give the reciprocal identities themselves. and that relate with the learning outcome 3. And now we come to this slide. In a similar manner, students are informed about the trigonometric ratios of some specific angles. Dear participants, at this step, again, I just want to convey a very important point. That is, for good students, that while teaching trigonometry in the class, after giving all these information to the students, please tell them that trigonometry is not confined only to these 5 angles. Trigonometry is not confined to only right angle triangle. So that some question comes in their mind, when they come to the next class, so they can easily understand trigonometry of the higher level. Now again at this stage, I discuss one question with you, that you all know that most of students, they find difficulty, they ask everybody that trigonometry is very difficult. Then I just want one question from you, that during your classroom teaching, what activities you are performing in the class so that they can easily learn this table, the trigonometric ratios, the reciprocal ratios, and the relation between the adjacent sides, opposite side. Anybody who is?
यस सर, हम ना जब वो जो पंडित बद्री प्रसाद वाला है उसकी जगह पर हम दूसरा करवाते हैं, उसको P/H, जैसे हम उसको पनीर है, बेसन है, पकौड़े बनाओ, इस तरह से हम बच्चों को थोड़ा कॉमेडी वे में करवाते हैं, तो वो अच्छे समझ जाते हैं।
सर प्लीज शेयर विद अस।
जैसे वो P/H होता है तो उसको हम बोलते हैं पनीर है, तो B/H है, बेसन है, पकौड़े बनाओ, सॉस चटनी तैयार। तो सॉस मतलब ऐसे तो उससे साइन हो जाता है।
हाँ जी, गुड सर, गुड।
हाँ, और एक हम बनाते हैं, एक और बताते हैं।
हाँ जी सर।
पाकिस्तान भूखा प्यासा, हिंदुस्तान हरा भरा।
सर ये तो एक्चुअली हम वी आर नॉट शेयरिंग विद दिस एट दिस प्लेटफॉर्म।
हाँ जी।
Sir, these are the some the way, just I tell you also that trigonometry is so key. But at this stage, at this point, what I want from you people, participants, that some activity you are performing in the class, activity to remember these angles, ratios, formulas, identities, complementary angles. So please listen here. Dear participants, today we discuss one very interesting puzzle, that is Tarsia puzzle here. If you follow this activity in the class, I assure you that each and every student will participate and start learning trigonometry. That is the love for the subject. Now the very first thing, that how to create this Tarsia puzzle. Now what you do, these are some steps. Select one geometrical shape of your choice, square or rectangle, triangle, or even rhombus you can select. Select the number of blocks, that is also up to you, either 4 or 9, depending upon the figure you have selected. Make blocks of the selected frame with the help of thin cardboard sheet. Write the formula, trigonometric ratios, trigonometric ratio of some specific angles, relation between the sides, complex angles, trigonometric identities on the edge of the block, and be sure that its answer is on the other edge. Mix up the blocks. Now it is the turn of the students to assemble these blocks by joining right question with the right answer. Now see, this is one of the example of Tarsia puzzle. In the one figure, we have made 4 blocks, and you see that question is on one side and answer is on the other side. And when you hand over these blocks to the students, then they assemble, and this is another figure which is the assembled one. With this, students not only involve the topic but also remember the formulas for a long time. This activity can be performed individually in the classroom or in a peer group. Because as you know that students, they do not learn the formulas. This is a very big problem with the teachers, not only in class 10th, but we also seen are in the higher classes 11th and 12th. Very less number of students, they learn the formulas. Now we come to the application part of this topic, trigonometry, related to real life. Suppose the students of a school are visiting Qutub Minar. Can the student find the height of the Minar without actually measuring it or climbing it? Suppose girl is sitting on the knee of her house located on the bank of a river. She is looking down at a flower pot placed on a stair of a temple situated nearby on the other bank of the river. Can she find the width of the river without crossing it? In the above situations, the distances or heights can be found by using some mathematical techniques which comes under the branch of mathematics called trigonometry. Now, some real life applications of trigonometry. Trigonometry is one of the most ancient subjects studied by the scholars all over the world. Trigonometry used in astronomy to calculate distances from the earth to the planets, stars. It also used in geography, navigation, marine biology, criminology, marine engineering, physics, and so many other areas. This will correlate with the learning outcome 5. Now, if the student want to solve some practical, the real life problems of trigonometry, then the concept of angle of elevation and depression is there. As you all know, you are all teaching all these things in the classes, and already video, you have seen the video that is all about the angle of elevation and depression. These are the key concepts on the basis of which one can understand the application of trigonometry. You have seen about the angle of elevation. It is the angle formed by the line of sight with the horizontal when the point being viewed above the horizontal level. And the depression, it is the angle formed by the line of sight with the horizontal level when the point is below the horizontal level. And the concept of line of sight is used also here, that it is the line joining from the eye of the observer to the point object. And the video is already played. I think no need to play it again. Now, as I said that using this angle of elevation depression, some application part of trigonometry is there. so that if the concept is clear to the students, they can easily solve the word problems of trigonometry. For instance, the angle of elevation of an aeroplane from a point on the ground is 60 degree. After a flight of 30 seconds, it changes to 30 degree. If the plane is flying at a constant height of 3600 root 3 meter, then we can easily find the speed of the aeroplane. In another example, a boy standing on the horizontal plane find a bird flying at a distance of 100 meters from him at an elevation of 30 degree. A girl standing on the roof of 20-meter high building find the angle of elevation of the bird is 45. Both the boy and the girl, they are opposite side of each other, then we can find the distance between bird and the girl. So again, it relates to the learning outcome 5. You also correlate this again, this concept of heights and distances under the heading of enrichment activities. GeoGebra is used, involve visualization and application of concept. Student will apply the concept learned by a playway method. Now in this figure, the projector is shown, and as we move away from the object, the angle goes on decreasing, but only when the height is constant. And as we move towards the object, the angle goes on increasing, which again correlate to the 5th outcome, sir.
Now we move on to another parameter of learning, that is assessment. Unless and until we assess our input to students, the learning is considered to be incomplete. First of all, we need to check the concept. We can check these through Google Forms. Each question you are asking in a Google Form assessment should be as per learning outcome. See, question number 7 is as per learning outcome 4. So you design any test according to your learning outcomes. Leading to conceptualization, real life word problems are given to the student to assess what they have learned. Many problems may be taken trigonometric ratios to find the height and distances, to find the trigonometric ratios of specific angles or trigonometric ratios of complementary angles. After the formative assessment, to assess the student and to prepare them for the summative assessment, we need to check whether LOs are achieved. On the basis of assessment, the remedial action will be taken. If we want to get an optimal result from the student, we need to tell exact parameter for assessing the step. Marks should be allotted according to the steps. Suppose I ask you to draw any triangle on the notebook. Some of you will draw an equilateral triangle, some might draw a right triangle, or maybe a scaling triangle. If I'm not predefining what type of triangle I need, I will get a vague answers. So, if you are taking any test, or all the instructions should be predefined before designing any test. And this is called the success criteria. The rubric have to be designed according to the assessment criteria. See, in this case, I have designed the rubric. For the correct figure, I am giving 1 mark. For correct labeling, it is half marks. For correct trigonometric ratios, in each case, it would be 2 marks. And for the correct height of the cloud, it is 0.5 marks.
Now, dear participants, we are showing some questions here in the assessment part, And there is again one activity for you, that you have to decide that this question is correlating with which learning outcome. Question number 1. If you want,
Identify.
yes, this
Identify.
question is,
Identity.
okay, I just want which learning outcome. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
Sir, it is one.
You have
One.
One. It is one.
Okay, it is one. Next one. In a triangle element.
Sanjeev, can you show the learning outcomes again? The slide which
Yes,
had
yes,
the
ma'am,
learning
yes.
outcome. So that, if they have forgotten, or you can read them out, or you can show the slide again.
The learning outcomes are, after the completion of the topic, students will be able to identify hypotenuse, adjacent side, and opposite side of an acute angle in a right triangle, recognize the relationship between the sides of a right angle triangle, teachers, participants, you can take a pic of it.
Yes, Sanjeev, now you can go back so that you can complete that, Yeah.
Yes, yes. Now the second one, participants, it is learning outcome 2. Next question, the product tan theta and cot theta can be written as?
It is learning outcome 3.
Learning
3.
Very correct. Question number 4, sin square 30 minus cos square 60.
Evaluation 4.
Evaluation.
Correct.
4th.
Very correct. Next question.
This is application.
Application.
Yes, ma'am.
It is learning outcome 5.
Outcome 5.
Learning outcome 5 application.
Yes, yes. Sixth question.
Again application.
Again application, learning outcome 5.
5.
Correct, correct. 7th.
Again application.
Again it is application, learning outcome 5.
5.
Okay, okay. 8th question.
Learning outcomes is
Recognition.
recognizing the relationship.
3. Very correct. 9th.
Evaluation.
Evaluation.
Which outcome?
4th
one.
Oh,
Evaluation.
correct, correct, very correct. The last one. Yes, 10th one.
It is learning outcome 2.
Recognizing
Because recognizing learning outcome 2.
two. Come to.
You can say that 2 or 3 both. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Second and third both can be there.
Firstly, he recognition, then
Developing.
we have to develop. Yes.
Thank you all the participants. Thanks a lot.
We are sharing you a sample lesson plan.
Now, as in the beginning said by the Harkamal sir, that you have to frame one lesson plan.
So please show the previous slide.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. One lesson plan, and you made lesson plan to us, so we forward that by compiling to ARO ma'am and our cluster head sir. Good evening, ma'am. Today we feel
All the participants are requested to please fill the attendance form.
Yeah, very good, Sanjeev and Harkamal. I congratulate both of you. I hope the participants have been able to understand the whole concept of learning outcomes, pedagogy, and assessment, and how learning outcomes are important. They have to be smart, specific, measurable, achievable, so that on the basis of learning outcome, we can select our right pedagogy and the right assessment. So, as the task has been given to you, do frame and select any topic from the class you are teaching. Write a good lesson plan. Don't focus too much on the content, but more on the pedagogy, how you are going to teach it, and on the assessment, and make good learning outcomes. The idea behind is to train you into writing the right learning outcomes, so that the rest of the things followed are also correct. So I appreciate them. I'm sorry I joined a little late, but I'm sure that these basic concepts are also explained as well as the mathematical concepts were. So thank you so much, and please fill up your feedback form. And
we are very extremely thankful to you for providing us this platform. Thank you very much, ma'am, for your blessings and guidance.
Most welcome. Most welcome. Thank you, Sanjeev. Thank you, Harkamal.
We are also very much thankful to our cluster head sir, Yugesh sir, for your unconditional support.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, all of you, listening us, patient listening.
Thank you, sir.
Please fill up the feedback form. Compulsory for everyone to fill up.
You all are requested to please fill up your attendance cum feedback forms. And please prepare the lesson plans as instructed. You all are requested requested to please fill up your attendance come feedback as instructed.
सर ये एक सिलेक्ट हो रहा है अटेंडेंस फॉर्म में रिसोर्स पर्सन.
No, it's there for the both are resource persons. You just scroll it down, and the link for the other resource person is there in the same Google form.
Thank you, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.